Hi, this is BrickGamer73 and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 2 of my pickups for what month is it? For May. So part 1, I'll put the link for part 1 somewhere around here on the screen. Yeah, you can see the first part, which was a lot of PSP and PS2 stuff. But this is part 2, so this is kind of all the other stuff I've managed to pick up. The first game is a game I only got about 2 or 3 days ago, and to be quite honest, I'm kind of in two minds whether to keep it or not or trade it. It is a new game that's just come out. Because if I traded it now, I'd only lose 2 or 3 quid on it, maybe not even that. I might even be able to trade it for the same as what I bought it for, because I managed to get it pretty cheap. And that is Splatoon. Now, the thing about this game is, I really love the concept of this game. It's a brilliant concept. But the problem I have with this game is it feels a little bit unfinished to me. The idea is, basically, if you don't know what Splatoon is, it's kind of a like an online shooter, but rather than shoot each other, the main purpose of each match is to cover the map with as much of your team's coloured paint as possible. And obviously the other team are trying to cover the map with their paint, and you can knock each other out and stuff like that. And it's a brilliant concept. It's a beautiful looking game. Looks really nice and everything. But the problem I have with it is there isn't, for me personally, I don't think there's enough content on it. Now, Nintendo have said that they're going to come out and add more stuff to it, extra maps and stuff, but it really does need more maps. It needs more modes. The single player is a little bit not great. The actual online is brilliant, but there's just not enough of it. It is a lot of fun and a lot of upgrades and stuff you can do on more guns, but they just need to add more to it, and they have said they're going to, but I don't know whether it's one to kind of trade and maybe pick up later on when all the stuff's out for it and they've patched it. And it's not broken. It doesn't need patching because it's broken, because it runs like a dream. It's just that there isn't much content on it. That's all, and that's the kind of problem I have with it. Not with the actual gameplay itself, but there's just not enough of it. So I'm still undecided. But yeah, there you go, Splatoon. Well, we're on the subject of new games. Picked up a couple of PS4 games. Picked up Wolfenstein: Your Blood. Absolutely loved Wolfenstein. The New Order. Probably, for me, probably my game of last year. So I picked this up. About halfway through it. There's 2 acts in this game, part 1 and part 2. I've just started part 2. Absolutely great game. Love Wolfenstein. For me, this is a keeper. I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to start it again. That's how much I love my Wolfenstein. I'm a big Wolfenstein fan. So yeah, Wolfenstein: Your Blood, really good. Loads of new weapons and stuff in it. So, and the next sort of game I picked up, which is a new title, is The Witcher 3. Obviously this game's been getting rave reviews everywhere, and it is good. It's absolutely brilliant. They fixed nearly all the issues that The Witcher 2 had. The combat can still be a little bit hard, I think, at times. I'm not overly keen on the locking on kind of system they've got in this game, but it's not dissimilar to the one they had in the previous game. The world, the graphics, and the story, and the amount of content in this. If I was just talking about the lack of content in Splatoon, this has just got absolutely tons of it. I mean, and it's just everything's so rich and detailed, and there's so many things you can craft and so many things you can do in it, and it all looks so beautiful. And it's probably the best. I'd probably say probably the best PS4 game I've played so far. Yeah, I think it's probably the best PS4 game so far, and it's the first game on the PS4 that kind of shows what the PS4 can do. But you've got to be into this kind of fantasy kind of RPG. I like them. I was a big fan of Skyrim, and I loved Oblivion, and Elder Scrolls and all that kind of thing. So this is my kind of game. So, but don't just pick it up because it says 10 out of 10 or whatever in all the mags and all that. You've still got to be into this kind of game to enjoy it. Because if you're not, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is or whatever. You're not going to enjoy it if you're not into fantasy RPG games. But this is one of the best games. Possibly maybe one of the best games I've played for a long, long time. Couple of PS1 games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I was on about Pro Skater 3 on the last video that I picked up Pro Skater 3 on the PS2. Got this in a British Heart Foundation. It was £1. So it was absolutely in condition. It's got the manual and everything. Oh, falling out. It's getting harder and harder to find PS1 games. So when you see a good one like this, you kind of jump at it. So yeah, I picked that up. And I also picked up Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Now, I remember buying this game years ago when the film came out. And I remember it getting kind of panned. I kind of liked it. I think originally, though, I had it on the PC because it came out on PC as well. But the thing about the PC version, it's a pain in the arse to play it on a keyboard. So I've kind of been keeping an eye out for this because I did want another copy of it. I always liked this game. I always thought it was pretty good. Not amazing, but I just personally liked it. And being a bit of a Star Wars fan. And yeah, managed to pick that up. It was, I think it was £3. Let me see. Oh, there you go. I mentioned on my last video that I picked up a Gamecube and I've been after some games for it. Now, Gamecube games seem to be getting really hard to get hold of, or decent ones anyway. But I just needed a couple of games really to test the system out. So I picked up these two games simply because they were cheap. I think they were £1 each, and it's something to test the system out. I managed to pick up a memory card for it. So, and there's two games I didn't actually have. First one's Rocky, which is not that great to be honest, but came complete, it's got disc and everything on the manual. So, for £1, I'm not that bothered. And the other one was Spider-Man. Now, believe it or not, I've got Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 on the PlayStation 2. Is it? Yeah, on the PlayStation 2. But I haven't got the original Spider-Man game, this one. So I managed to pick this one up on the Gamecube. Again, it was really cheap. I've seen this once or twice actually on the Gamecube anyway. It's pretty easy to get hold of, but I just wanted a copy of it. And it is kind of a classic Spider-Man game. This is kind of the Spider-Man game that all the other Spider-Man games that have been made since have kind of copied this game. Couple of Xbox original titles. Nothing amazing, just easy stuff that you can get anywhere. But I didn't own the collection. Dead or Alive 3. Again, I'm not, like I said before on the last video, I'm not a massive fan of fighters, but I did quite enjoy Dead or Alive back in the day. And the original Forza Motorsport, I just picked that up because it was 50p and I didn't have a copy of it. And I kind of remember my old mate Space Raptor, who I used to live with, used to absolutely kind of cane this game when he had it. He used to absolutely play it all the time. And yeah, he just used to, I always remember he had an original Xbox and I never had one. I always had a PlayStation, and this is one of the few games I was a little bit jealous that he had and I didn't have a copy of it. So, but I have now. Couple of Xbox 360 games. Don't really buy that much on the Xbox 360. I just only ever see them cheap. I prefer the PlayStation 3. It's nothing against. I'm not nothing against Microsoft or the 360 as a console. It's fine. I just prefer to get them on the PS3 if I can. But these were cheap, so Never Dead, which I've never played. I heard it's kind of got mixed reviews. I played a little bit at the beginning of it, and it was okay. It was quite enjoyable. So it's one I'm going to go back to. Call of Duty Black Ops. I got this because my stepson, who has been playing on his Xbox One, he got an Xbox One for Christmas and he's been hammering that, suddenly decided that he wanted to play on his 360 again. Now, when we got his Xbox One, he kind of said he'd probably never touch his 360, and it was the old white 360, so I kind of traded in the hard drive and the antenna thing that goes on the back. It was one of those clip-on ones. And it's just been sat in his room collecting dust literally for the last 6 months. Anyway, he's decided recently that he wants to play on it again. And so I managed to pick up an antenna for him and a hard drive, and it's all up and running and working again. But he didn't have any games, and he wanted to collect all the CODs again, being a teenage boy. Of course, they're all into Call of Duty. And this is my favourite Call of Duty. I've got it on PC anyway, but this is the only Call of Duty that I bought all the map packs for. I never did it with any of the others. Oh, I tell a lie. I did it with Black Ops 2 as well, but on the PC. And so I wanted a copy of this so I could play zombies on it, because I really enjoyed the zombie maps on Black Ops. So, yeah, that's why I bought Black Ops. I just spent far too long talking about Call of Duty Black Ops there than I probably should have. So, the next game I got was, again, I got it because it was a couple of quid in Granger Games, and it was brand new. It wasn't a couple of quid pre-owned, it was a couple of quid brand new. And I think I just got it because it was a nice shiny box. And I have played a little bit on the PC, and I thought it was a pretty decent game. It got a bit of slagging off really, but I quite enjoyed it. And that is XCOM Declassified: The Bureau. This is brand new. It's never. You can tell it's brand new. I think when they brought it on the back, it had the sale on it and everything. So yeah, I just picked that up. It's a game I want to replay if I can. I did play it. I didn't finish it though. As you do with games, you get on to go on to something else. But definitely going to go back and have another bash at this and try and finish it. A couple more games. And the rest of the games I've got this month, if you like, or on this video, are PlayStation 3 games. So the first one I picked up in Sainsbury's for £5. It's a game. It's a franchise that I'm quite a big fan of. And this is a bit of a different take on it. I've heard mixed things about this game. Some people said it's really good. Some people said it's absolutely terrible. And that's Escape Dead Island. I played the first, I'd say probably the first 2 hours of it. And it's actually really good. It's some really good stealth elements in it. Yeah, it's more of a stealth game, really, than a hack and slash kind of game. There's a lot of creeping around and sneaking up on zombies and knifing them in the back of the head, rather than just going in all guns blazing. And I really like the art style on this as well. It's very different. It's kind of a cell shaded, and it reminds me a lot of that game that came out on the Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. Was it 13? Remember that game that came out was all cell shaded, 13, and David Duchovny did the voice for it. Well, this style wise, this is very, very similar to that. It's kind of that with zombies. So yeah. I'd recommend it. It's £5 in Sainsbury's now, brand new, so definitely worth picking up for a £5. I picked this up because it was I think it was £3, and I've got it on PC, but I couldn't leave it there for £3. It's probably my favourite, controversially one of my favourite Bond games, and that is Bloodstone. This should probably go on my next underrated video because it's absolutely brilliant. It's a really, really good Bond game, and it's an original story as well. You know, it's not a spin-off of a film. Yeah, it's just a really, really good, solid game. So, next game I got was £1 in Cash Converters. I picked it up because I have got it on PC, but I wanted it on console. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. This is one of my favourite Need for Speeds. Bar none. This is probably my favourite Need for Speed game. Absolutely love this game. Next game I got was 50p in the charity shop. Got crappy kind of reviews, but I don't really care because it was 50p and it was okay. I played a bit of it. It's not too bad. It's Fracture. It's actually made by LucasArts, this game. It's very generic kind of soldier shooter, but for 50p I wasn't that bothered. Next game I got was, I mentioned on the other video, I've been looking out for Star Trek games. Managed to pick this one up. Excuse me, disc's just fallen out. Managed to pick this one up. I think it was £3 or something. And it is Star Trek. And this one's based on the films. And this is pretty decent, actually. This is another game that you can play it in co-op as well. This is another game that kind of got a bit of a pan in. It is a little bit bland in places. A little bit generic, I suppose, in places, but it's not that bad, and it's really, you know, it's the style of it's really true to the film and everything. So yeah, it's fairly decent, and for a couple of quid, it's definitely worth picking up. You know, obviously, if I had bought it when it came out and paid 25, 30 quid for it, I'd probably have gone, well, not been very happy. But for £3, it's a decent, and it's, you know, again, a completely old Star Trek collection. So the last game I got was Castlevania Lord of Shadow. I did play the original many years ago. Quite enjoyed. This is quite a lot different though. This is the easiest way I could probably describe this is it's kind of God of War with Dracula in it. That's the easiest way I can describe this game. But when I bought this, got it from Granger Games. When I bought this, they had this, and then they had the sequel to it. So I went and thought I'll get both of them. So I've got this one, and then the guy came out the back with a big. I came out the back with this big kind of box, and it turned out that the other one was the some kind of special edition. And come on, it's really cool, and it comes out in this big. I'll just show you. I've already kind of opened it. This kind of big box like this. And you take that off and you get this really nice kind of case, and that which kind of opens up a little bit, and we can just get everything open on it. And the game comes in like a velvety kind of, as you can see, like a velvet sort of case, if you like, which is really nice in there. And also you get with it this really nice hardback kind of book, which is full of the artwork of the game and the storyboards, and, you know, various different things out the game. Really good quality book. And that was the same price as the regular edition of the game. He actually said to me, "Oh, I've got, you know," because I picked up the regular edition of the game, and he said, "Oh, you know, do you want this kind of edition because it's the same price?" And so it's just like a really nice package. And so it's always sort of nice when you get something a little extra, isn't it? When you go out and buy a game and get a little extra. But yeah, so I managed to get kind of both of them. Well, that's a really nice special edition. I don't think it's particularly worth loads. I mean, but you know, it's just a nice thing to have, and it's always nice when you get something like that. So yeah, and that's it. That's about it for May. That's kind of been my game pickups for this month. So hopefully I'll be back with another video soon. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel and take care of yourself. And I'll speak to you later. Bye.